things that you need to do to decrease your time. This morning begins the beginning of week 3, and I'm going to begin working on my speed. The way I'm going to do that this morning is to begin by running a leisurely half a mile, then kick it up a notch at that half-mile mark. For a quarter of a mile, I'm going to run as fast and as hard as I can. Then that last quarter of a mile on my way home, it'll be nice and relaxed. Really bouncy, sorry about that. I'm at over half a mile, as you can see. Since I'm at over half a mile, that means it is time to kick it up a notch and run. There's several things that you need to do to decrease your time. One of those is interval training, like I've been doing with running half a mile, sprinting for a quarter of a mile, and then doing your recovery. I have been keeping that speed. When I sprint, I've been keeping that going longer the more I do it. Something that I'm going to begin incorporating next week is increasing my distance. So you've got interval training, then you've also got distance, endurance. Not every single day, but once a week, increase your distance. My goal is going to be 2 miles so that I can increase my speed or for a shorter distance. If I'm going 2 miles one day and then I go 1 mile the next day, I can go faster that second day on the mile because I just did it took me longer to do the 2 miles. The long run has its benefits in that it increases your endurance. So that makes your cardiovascular system work harder, which makes your heart stronger and makes it easier for you to push to run a faster mile. The third thing I want to recommend is working on your running form. I've got a video that I'm working on about how to have a proper running form. That will help you to be able to run faster and more efficiently because your body won't be working as hard to run improperly. Something that a lot of runners like to avoid because it's hard is to run hills. But those can actually have the same effect as a long run in that they increase your endurance and force you to work harder so that on the flat parts and also on the downhill, you can run a lot faster. When you run downhill, you gain speed, so that helps you to decrease your mile time as well. But you can't go downhill unless you go uphill, you can't go uphill unless you practice going uphill, so run uphill too. Weight training. A lot of runners have a tendency to avoid. It's really important to keep the weight training along with running because you're going to be needing muscle in your legs and other body parts because muscle burns more calories at rest than fat does. It will help you to lose weight. It may not help you to lose pounds, but it will help you to lose inches because your muscle is more lean and it weighs less as it takes up that space. I know everybody says muscle weighs less than fat, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because a pound of muscle is the same weight as a pound of fat, but it takes up less space. Fat takes up more space and it's not as pretty under your skin as muscle is. Muscle under your skin is defined and it looks sleeker. The more muscle you have, the faster you're going to be able to run if you're doing both. They go hand in hand. My last tip to be able to run faster is to rest well. Right now I'm doing a running streak, and so I'm not giving myself a lot of rest time in between days. I am making sure I get enough rest at night and getting a quality night's sleep so that when I get up in the morning, I'm refreshed and ready for that run. Now let's get back to the morning run. My quarter mile sprint is over. I got it down at one point to an 8-minute 35-second mile, which is a great speed for me. But at this point in my running career, it is not a sustainable 8-minute 35 seconds, which is why I'm going to work on it, getting my mile time down to around a 10-minute mile comfortably. At least once or twice I can do it. This is my cool down. It is really tough to film my watch while I'm running because I swing my arm so much. After you sprint, it's important to do a slow jog before you start walking instead of just crashing and collapsing after a sprint. Your body needs some time to recover and your heart rate needs to come down a little bit. You need to gradually bring it down, not just like It's not good for your heart. I have to admit, I'm pretty proud of that. My average went down from 13-minute miles to 11:51, just simply by changing one little thing and sprinting this morning. I hope that you found some great tips on getting your mile time down and getting your speed up in this video. If you have, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.